of my lovely friends, and welcome back to another video with Mel. So it's 2021 and you finally want to start your mediumship journey. First of all, let me just say, yay, I'm so happy for you for making that decision and committing to it. So how do you start? What do you do? Can you become a medium in 2021 if you've never been born with those abilities or had any of those visions or heard any spirits since being a child? Can you just develop mediumship? My answer to that is yes, and I'm going to tell you how right after this. Hi everybody, it's Mel. I am a medium and I started this YouTube channel so that I could help other mediums who are learning and developing have a safe space to come to learn and grow together. I myself wanted to share my journey of becoming a medium with others so that they can see we all go through some of the same things as we're learning and developing. I was not born as a medium. I never saw spirits or ghosts as a child. I never heard them. I did not have an imaginary friend. And in fact, I didn't start on my mediumship journey until I was 36 years old. And it kind of happened to me by random, which I've created a video for that and it will be in the description below. So it's 2021 and you have seen and felt and heard and had this calling to become a medium. It's something that you feel in your soul and in your heart, and you know it's something that you want. Can you do it if you were not born as a medium? Yes, I just saw that orb. My answer to you is yes, 100%. I am an example of that, and through this development journey, through my studies and my research on the internet, I have discovered hundreds of other people who are in the same position as I am, as you are, who wanted to become mediums, and all they did was take time and dedication to do it, and they are amazing mediums. I have met so many amazing people who just one day set the intention of, look, this is what I want, this is what I have been feeling in my heart for a long time, I'm going to go for it. And they are amazing mediums. So you can be too. So 2021, let's do this. I'm so excited for you guys. I wanted to give you some tips that I think would be amazing for you to start with to get you started on your journey. Let's dive into those. The first thing that I suggest is to figure out what your strongest clair is. Now, the clairs are how we as mediums receive our information from those in spirit, from family members in the spirit world. And so, for example, clairvoyance is how you see. So in your third eye, not necessarily with your physical eyes, though you can see with your physical eyes, but a huge majority of mediums that I know see in their mind, in their third eye, not with their physical eyes. That's clairvoyance. Clairaudience is where you hear spirits. Now, also, another thing is it's not external for most of the mediums that I know. It can be, you can hear them externally, but most of the time what you hear is in your mind. So it is kind of hard to distinguish if it's your own mind telling you those things or it's something from spirit. And my only advice to that is that it takes time and practice to be able to distinguish which is which, if it's your own mind or spirit. There is clairsentience, which is a clear feeling, so you feel the information, and there's claircognizance, which is a clear knowing. You just know the information. So my first suggestion to you would be to sit down and meditate and figure out what your strongest clair is. Maybe you already know what it is. Now for me, my strongest is clairvoyance, so I see the information that spirit and family is trying to give to me. I see it in my third eye, and I see it when I close my eyes. I can see it behind my eyelids. If you've always been somebody who's very visual, somebody who, when you, let's say you're doing homework at school and you need to see the teacher do it instead of like drawing it out yourself, you need to see it. Or if, let's say I say a red apple and you immediately in your mind see that red apple, maybe you are more clairvoyant. Maybe that is your strongest Clair. So again, I would sit in meditation to figure out what it is. Let's say that you are in a crowd and you're able to hear, without thinking about it, it just happens for you. You can hear a couple way over here talking and you can hear what they're saying. Maybe your ability is more clairaudience. Again, just sit in meditation to figure that out. Once you figure out what your strongest clair is, what I did and what worked for me, and again, disclaimer, what works for others might not work for you. So my advice is to take what I'm giving you and play with it. See how you can twist it and make it work for you. For me, what I did is I discovered that clairvoyance was my strongest clair. And so I wanted to build that clair first. And that would be my tip for you guys, is to build that one first. So what I would do is I would get magazines and I would look at photos and I would make sure to pay attention to all of the details. I would go sit out in nature and just people watch and pay attention to what's happening, what they're doing. I would listen to audiobooks, and as they're reading the book in my mind, I would practice seeing what was happening. I would make the vision in my mind and follow the story along in my mind with my vision, with my clairvoyance. And so that's how I built that clair up. From there, once I was confident in that clair, I started building up others with the help of that clair. And by that I mean, so I would use my clairvoyance in a reading, and then after I would see, let's just say I saw a lizard, I would then see that using my clairvoyance, knowing it's my strongest, knowing, okay, I saw a lizard, this is from spirit, let me use my clairsentience to feel what this lizard means. And that's how I started building my clairsentience. I would also sit in meditation and in the power with my guides and work on, okay, I want to feel this. I want to feel that. And I would build my clairsentience that way. So my tip is to find your strongest clair, build it up, and then incorporate the other clairs into it. My next tip is to always be your true self. I know you're going to find and see those mediums out there that are just blowing away the evidence. I mean, they are just wow. And you're like, I want to be like that. But my readings are, oh my gosh, I saw the letter A. And you see Teresa Caputo over here and she's like, okay, well, Anthony, he lives in the Bronx and he's this and he's a doctor. And you just get the letter A and you're just so discouraged. My tip to you is just be your true, authentic self, and everything will fall in line. Everything will happen for you. This mediumship journey takes a long time. It requires so much patience. I know that you want to dive in and you just want to give these amazing readings like Tyler Henry. You want to give amazing readings like John Edward. But I promise you it will come in time. You just have to have patience. But the best way to get there is being your true, authentic self. Working on your inner self, your inner work, becoming who you truly are. Don't worry about what people say on Facebook, what people say on YouTube. You do you. Somebody that says to you, you have to do it this way. No, you don't. You have to do it the way that works best for you, to follow the path that works best for you. So that's definitely my number 2 tip, is to follow the path that works best for your true, authentic self. Another great thing that you guys can do, tip number 3, is to use your intuition in your daily life. So by that I mean, for me, when I first started out, I wanted to practice, and practice is definitely what's going to boost you and gain your abilities faster, okay? So what I would do is I would use my intuition to guess when the light was going to turn red. I would use my intuition to guess when it was going to turn green. I would try to use my intuition to guess what somebody was going to say next. And a lot of the times it wasn't accurate, but after I kept practicing and practicing, it really worked. Use your intuition to tell you when somebody's home. So for example, when I'm upstairs, I cannot hear anything that's happening downstairs. So I would use my intuition. If something said, okay, so-and-so is home, I would go downstairs to check. And over the course of time, it actually started getting more and more accurate. I was actually getting it right when somebody was home. So it's not going to work right away. Don't let it get you discouraged. Absolutely don't. It's going to take time. This mediumship journey, it takes time and dedication, but over time, you're going to start getting it right more and more and more and more. Something else you can do to build on your intuition is follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Mediumship with Mel. I post in there exercises that you can do to build your intuition. So definitely follow me on there. I use the Reels in Instagram and I post it to my stories, and I do the same one on TikTok. So follow me on there as well, and you guys can have lots and lots of intuitive practice through my accounts on there. So tip number 3 is to use your intuition every day in your daily life. Find different ways to use your intuition and your abilities to see if you can guess the correct answer. Tip number 4 is to practice. Practice, practice, practice. I always say that it's what makes your mediumship better. It's what gives you that boost and that confidence. The more you practice, the more these abilities are going to grow, and the better and better and better you're going to do. Now, what you can do is find Facebook groups that allow you to post for practice sitters. I myself do have one with some of my best medium friends. It's called Spirit Speaks. The links are below, just like they are for TikTok and Instagram. Use my link tree in the description. You can post in my private group with my friend Spirit Speaks and ask for practice sitters so that you can practice your mediumship. Our group is also for anybody who does anything spiritual. So Reiki, tarot, anything like that, you can post for practice sitters so that you can have somebody to practice with. If you don't join our group, there are so many other groups that you can find. Just do a search in Facebook for mediumship or mediumship development and find groups that you can post in to ask for practice sitters. You can start with friends and family, but I do discourage that only because you know a lot about your friends and family, so it's harder to know if you're getting information from spirit or from yourself. So it's best to practice on people that you don't know. Now, maybe friends of friends that you don't know, you could ask your friends to refer some people to you for practice, or you can use the Facebook groups to help you get practice sitters. But practice is going to be the best thing that you can do to boost your mediumship abilities in 2021. My next tip is going to be working with your guides, and this is going to be done through meditation. What you want to do is find time as often as you can to sit in meditation for at least 30 minutes and work with your guides. So what you want to do before you go into meditation is set the intention for what you want out of this meditation with your guides. Now, my best tip for this is to have the same space that you sit in to meditate each time. So for me, I have a chair that I sit in, and my guides know as soon as I sit in this chair, it's time to work. So over the course of doing this for over a year, it has become a habit. And that's what you want. So when you first start sitting in the chair, it's going to be awkward. Your guides might not even come for the first month, maybe 2 months, but keep sitting, keep going, keep putting that intention into it, and things will start to flow after that. So for me, my guides know now once I sit in that chair, it's time to get to work. So you want to sit down with the intention of building your mediumship. Let's say you want to work on clairvoyance today. You would sit down with the intention of, guides, I want to see images today. I want to see things in my third eye. I want to know what it feels like to see Think of something and then sit down with that intention. Sit down with the intention of, I want to feel energy. I love to sit and just feel energy. I don't need to see an image. I don't need to see my guide, but I just want to feel the energy. I can feel it on my shoulder, and then I'll feel it in my leg, or I'll just feel it all around me. That's my favorite one, is to just feel the energy. And you'll be so amazed after you come out of a meditation of just feeling energy and having your guides come in and out, to when you go and do your mediumship reading and you feel and you're, oh my gosh, I know what that feels like. The energy has stepped in, and it's an amazing feeling. But you want to keep going. You want to keep practicing with your guides and sitting down with your guides with the intention to build your mediumship. My last tip, and the most important one, is have fun. This journey is so fun. It's so rewarding, and it has brought so much joy and so much happiness into my life over the course of the time I have been doing this. And I can tell you, it is hard. It takes dedication. It takes time. There's days where you wake up and you're like, this isn't working. I've been trying for 2 months and nothing's happening. I want to quit. but keep going. I had so many moments where I wanted to throw in the towel and quit, and I'm so thankful that I didn't. It's going to be hard and difficult, but have fun. Enjoy each step of the process. Enjoy each moment that you have. And when you step into that next level, when you go up an ability, when you increase your mediumship abilities, celebrate every one of those times. And that is all I have for you guys today. Remember to click like on this video, share these videos, and subscribe to the channel so that our community can keep growing and keep having a safe space for those of us who are doing this lovely mediumship journey to have a place to come to share our knowledge together. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all so much. Have a great day, my lovely friends.